Hello guys, it's Tops, and today I'm gonna be making like a weekly plan preview, what trades I'm gonna be looking for, and basically what price action I'm expecting, and what trades I will take if that price action happens. So I'm not gonna waste any more time. Let's get right into it. Let's go first on the 3 month. 3 months. This 3 month swing is pretty important. Why? Because it will tell us likely if the long time frame bottom is gonna be in, because higher high, higher low, higher high. If it closes above the swing, it's likely telling us that the trend is gonna continue. On monthly, it's quite opposite. We already broke structure, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. We lost the trend here, close below it. Now we can look for a lower high and then down, or we could just plummet even more. The swing that we're gonna take from monthly is this one, bottom, the swing that lost the trend. Let's go weekly. Weekly does nothing much as well, really, to point out, except this weekly swing we just formed here. And we can see it hasn't been tested yet. Again, same structure pretty much as monthly and 3 month. So lower low, lower high, lower low. Now we can make a lower high, or we could just plummet even more. Now let's get on the juicy part, on the daily. We can see that we've been in kind of a range from this daily swing to this daily swing. And that on last Wednesday, this broke above the range, but it ended up just being a distribution, and we took pretty much all this upside liquidity. What we can see on daily though is that we still haven't taken majority, one sec, of the downside liquidity. So there's liquidity here. We're gonna mark it with dollar signs. This one as well, dollar signs. And this one as well. This is the major one, the biggest one. Dollar signs on the 60k. So yeah, we distributed above, took all the upside liquidity. We technically are in an uptrend because we broke this downtrend here by breaking above here. Well, above here. And then now we're technically looking for a higher low. And the daily uptrend would be broken if we lost this higher low here. But yet again, I don't really think of it as it's bullish, because it went back into the range. If it really was bullish, it would have consolidated around top of the range and then pushed even higher. So I don't really think daily necessarily looks too bullish. We marked out the range, we marked out the liquidity. So now let's get on the 4 hour. 4 hour, let's do the same thing. Well, 4 hour and an hourly, pretty much the same thing. We're gonna mark this liquidity here. We're gonna mark it with an eclipse, like this. And we have more liquidity here. And towards bottom side, we have this as well, and the ones we pointed out on daily, we don't have to mark those as well. So now let's get into the trades, potential trades. So first thing that I'm gonna be looking for is a scenario where we don't get a retrace from here and we just get straight up pumps. So if we do get a path here, just straight up crazy pumps. Straight up crazy pump to top of the range. What I'm gonna be looking for is for them to sweep this liquidity. So something like this. Where's the brush here? So pump, whatever, takes its liquidity from here, breaks down below 3 months, breaks down below the top of the range, and that's where I would be looking to short to mid range. weekly and bottom of the range, which is here. So this would be a pretty juicy RR trade. It's 7 RR. Obviously, if we take partials on mid-range, weekly, and at the end we close it around here. And then we can even have Moonbag on the lowest wick, which is highly plausible too, that we take that as well. So this could be a potential 9.6 RR trade. Obviously with partials, it's gonna end up being more like a 4, 5, 6 RR trade. But obviously this would be a terrific swing. This would be a pretty nice swing, and that's the first thing that I'm gonna be looking for. But of course, with this scenario, we have to get pumped right away. For this next one, I'm gonna be looking more locally. So the next trade, I'm gonna keep this on the right side, right here, so we don't lose it. So the next trade I'm gonna be looking for is if we don't push straight to here, and instead get a breakdown after we take this liquidity. So let's mark like this is pretty much top of the liquidity. We take it, and then it starts breaking down, right? So for this one, I'm gonna be honest, if I took like the major lower high here, because if it starts dipping from here, it would probably be like a 4-hour lower high, right? So for this one, I wouldn't be really looking for the stop loss placement and entry on the live time frame. I will be looking more on like hourly and 15 minutes to see acceptance below the mid range. And let's say if price action looks like this, I take an entry, put a stop loss here on the last lower high on like hourly or 15 minutes, whatever. And then I target weekly. I TP heavily on weekly. Why? Because on weekly and this wick here. Why? Because this weekly hasn't been tested yet. So this weekly can still give a heavy reaction. Obviously we can't see it right because we drew over it, but if we go on Binance.perps, we can see that it hasn't been tagged yet. So this weekly can give a pretty good reaction. That's why I would be TPing, or at least if you want to be a little bit risky at this weekly, or when it breaks this low, you put the stop loss at break even, and then you ride the rest of the trade. Because if it starts closing below the weekly and below low, if it starts to accept below, we're looking at this liquidity here from daily, the mid range, this liquidity here, and then 60k. So if we get 60k again, that's another 9 RR trade. Or if we get here, that's a 5.6 RR trade. If we just get mid range. But I would still be heavily TPing, or not really necessarily TPing, but I would secure my position at least with some partials or my stop loss at break even at this weekly, because this weekly hasn't been tested, or after this low. So this is another setup I will be looking for. Let's put it like this. Let's put it here, actually, and let's move it to the right. Now, so for the bullish scenario, what I would be looking for is honestly for it to stop pumping like right around here, where it's at, like at this moment. Why? Because it would leave all this upside liquidity for it to be taken later on. And what I would be looking for, if it starts dumping from here, maybe another high gets formed here, bounces a little bit of the mid range, then goes and tests this untested weekly, takes the maybe weekend low. So if it dips below the low, you wait for the weekly regain and then long it. And then you long it. Wait, sorry. We put the stop loss below this low. And then target this liquidity. And then top of the range, and or this liquidity as well. So this 3-month. So this can be a potential 10 RR trade, or let me put this back, or it just straight up bounces from weekly first, and then you wait for like a mid-range regain, and this would be a little bit lower RR trade because the not the liquidity, the stop loss would be all the way here. You target highs, that would be 1.7 RR, or you target top of the range or the 3-month and this liquidity here, which would be as well for our trade. So that's pretty much it. This is all of my bullish and bearish scenarios. We can see all of the setups here. This is for bullish. For bullish, I like to see the low taken first, weekly regain higher, or weekly straight up good reaction, regain of the mid range, and then we look for the top of the range. Obviously, if it breaks above the range, we can leave some move backs. If we get a pump right away, I will be looking to short top of the range after this liquidity gets taken, or if we just break this liquidity and then start falling below the trend, then I will be looking for this kind of scalp short into this liquidity and this bottom wick. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you liked this analysis and you find some insights, I don't ask for anything else. I just hope you guys could drop a like or retweet or a comment, and I appreciate it. I'm gonna be seeing you guys in the next week.